Vince McMahon, the name synonymous with professional wrestling, has profoundly shaped the world of sports entertainment over the past several decades. His vision, determination, and leadership turned a small, regional wrestling promotion into a global empire. As the owner, chairman, and CEO of World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, McMahon's role in revolutionizing the industry is unparalleled. He is often referred to as the most influential figure in the history of professional wrestling, creating larger-than-life personas, unforgettable moments, and a worldwide brand that millions tune into every week. McMahon's influence extends beyond the ring, having impacted media, business, and pop culture in ways few could have predicted. However, McMahon's life has not been without its challenges. From health issues to legal troubles, personal controversies to shifts in his public image, McMahon's story is one of both triumph and adversity. This report delves into his early life, career milestones, personal struggles, controversies, and his lasting legacy within and outside of the wrestling industry. Early life, birth, family, and formative years. Vincent Kennedy McMahon was born on August 24, 1945, in Pinehurst, North Carolina. His father, Vincent James McMahon, was a wrestling promoter and the owner of the Capitol Wrestling Corporation, the company that would eventually evolve into WWE. Despite growing up around wrestling, Vince's childhood was far from easy. His parents separated when he was young, and he was raised primarily by his mother, Victoria, who worked hard to support him. Vince attended Fishburne Military School in Virginia and later went on to East Carolina University, where he earned a degree in business. During his time in college, McMahon played football and began making connections in the wrestling industry. His early exposure to the business gave him a unique understanding of the sport's potential, which would later fuel his ambitions to grow the family business into a global phenomenon. As a young man, Vince McMahon was driven by the desire to escape his father's shadow and carve out his own path. His father, though involved in wrestling, was a relatively quiet figure in the business. In contrast, Vince was determined to take the company into the public eye, transform its business model, and become a dominant figure in the industry. Early career, first breaks, and early struggles. Vince McMahon's professional wrestling career began in the early 1970s, but it wasn't until 1982 that he took the reins of his father's company, which had been operating primarily in the northeastern United States under the name Capitol Wrestling Corporation. Vince quickly renamed the company to the World Wrestling Federation (WWF) and began his mission to take it nationwide. His first major break in the business came when he bought the company from his father, a move that marked the beginning of his transformation into a global powerhouse. Initially, McMahon faced many challenges, including skepticism from other promoters who viewed his ambitious vision with disdain. The wrestling business at the time was largely regional, with different territories dominated by various local promoters. McMahon's plan to take his product nationwide was met with resistance from the wrestling community. In the early stages of his ownership, McMahon worked tirelessly to improve the WWF's image, focusing on enhancing the production values of the shows and incorporating elements of Hollywood spectacle into the wrestling product. One of his most significant innovations was the introduction of WrestleMania, an event that combined the excitement of wrestling with the grandeur of a major entertainment spectacle. McMahon's influence on the wrestling industry's evolution. Vince McMahon has been at the center of many innovations that have shaped the modern wrestling landscape. One of his most significant contributions is the creation of the first nationwide wrestling promotion, which consolidated the regional territories under the WWF banner. McMahon's vision of a centralized wrestling promotion was revolutionary, as it unified disparate wrestling factions into a single entity. Additionally, McMahon transformed the way wrestling was presented by introducing larger-than-life personalities, elaborate storylines, and dramatic production values. The introduction of live events like WrestleMania helped establish a global platform for wrestling, attracting celebrities and mainstream audiences. McMahon's efforts in evolving the business also influenced how other promotions, such as WCW, ECW, and TNA, approach their business models. His innovations in storytelling, media, and branding continue to influence modern wrestling promotions worldwide. Rise to fame, breakthrough moments. Vince McMahon's breakthrough moment came in 1985 with the launch of WrestleMania, The idea of hosting a massive wrestling event at a large venue seemed absurd to many in the industry, but McMahon's vision proved to be revolutionary. With celebrity guests such as Muhammad Ali, Cyndi Lauper, and others, WrestleMania successfully bridged the gap between mainstream entertainment and professional wrestling, creating a global event that has since become a cornerstone of WWE. By the late 1980s, McMahon had firmly established the WWF as a dominant force in the wrestling world. He had achieved national exposure through television deals, including his partnership with NBC, which helped him syndicate WWF programming across the country. This period also marked the rise of larger-than-life superstars such as Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, Randy Savage, and The Ultimate Warrior, all of whom became integral parts of McMahon's vision of wrestling as mainstream entertainment. Vince's persona began to evolve as well. As the owner of the WWF, he became an on-screen character, often playing a villainous, power-hungry persona. This transformation helped him connect with fans on a deeper level, and soon McMahon was a central figure in the ongoing storylines of the company. In addition to expanding his brand, McMahon's marketing genius helped create memorable moments, from the debut of The Undertaker to the creation of iconic rivalries that captivated audiences for years. Under McMahon's leadership, the WWF became more than just a wrestling promotion. It became a cultural phenomenon. Pinnacle of success, career achievements. By the 1990s, McMahon had achieved nearly every milestone he had set for himself. Under his leadership, WWF became an international brand, with a massive television presence, pay-per-view events, and even an expansion into video games and merchandise. McMahon's ability to grow the business and his ability to market wrestling as mainstream entertainment were unrivaled. One of the greatest achievements in McMahon's career came in the late 1990s during the Attitude Era. At a time when the company was being outpaced by rival WCW, McMahon redefined the product, pushing the boundaries of content with more mature themes and edgier characters. This era produced some of the most iconic storylines in professional wrestling history, with personalities like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Triple H captivating audiences. McMahon himself played a pivotal role in the development of this era, often portraying a villainous boss figure opposite Austin's rebellious anti-authority character. In 2001, Vince McMahon's greatest rival, Ted Turner's World Championship Wrestling, WCW, folded after a period of declining ratings. This victory cemented McMahon's position as the undisputed king of the wrestling industry. That same year, McMahon purchased WCW, absorbing its talent and content into the WWF and effectively ending the Monday Night Wars, which had been the hallmark of the wrestling business in the late 1990s. McMahon continued to expand his empire into the 2000s, focusing on creating WWE, a global brand that not only dominated the world of wrestling, but also made an indelible mark on entertainment. His leadership helped shape WWE into an internationally recognized powerhouse, with events like WrestleMania selling out stadiums worldwide and attracting millions of viewers. Personal challenges, health, family, and mental struggles. Despite his business success, Vince McMahon's life has been marked by personal challenges. McMahon's health has always been a subject of concern, particularly in the later stages of his career. In 2007, McMahon was diagnosed with a torn quadriceps muscle, a significant injury that required surgery. Despite this setback, McMahon remained as involved as ever in WWE programming, continuing to work both in front of and behind the camera. Throughout his career, McMahon's physical presence in WWE programming has been integral to his on-screen persona. As an often physical character, his willingness to endure injury for the sake of the storyline has been both impressive and concerning. McMahon also experienced multiple health scares in the 2000s, including a highly publicized incident where he was hospitalized after taking a blow to the head in a match. McMahon's insistence on staying involved in the product, even at the cost of his health, revealed his unyielding commitment to WWE. In addition to health issues, McMahon faced a turbulent personal life. His marriage to Linda McMahon, his longtime business partner, has been both a source of strength and challenges, particularly during times of career and business pressures. The couple also faced scrutiny during Vince's involvement in various scandals, including allegations of steroid distribution, which temporarily tarnished his public image. Public perception, media, rumors, and criticism. Vince McMahon has always been a polarizing figure, with opinions about him ranging from reverence to disdain. His public persona, often portrayed as a ruthless, power-hungry businessman, has been the subject of media scrutiny and fan speculation throughout his career. McMahon's portrayal as an on-screen villain added layers to his real-life image, and for many years the lines between McMahon the person and McMahon the character blurred. McMahon faced significant public criticism for his business practices, including allegations of mistreatment of talent and unfair labor practices. While many of these criticisms were fueled by the intense competition in the wrestling business, McMahon also faced criticism for his handling of controversies such as the steroid scandal in the 1990s. Despite these challenges, McMahon's ability to maintain a firm grip on WWE and to keep the company profitable spoke to his skill as a businessman. Scandals and how they were handled. Vince McMahon's career has been marked by several controversies. Perhaps the most infamous of these was the steroid scandal of the 1990s. McMahon was accused of distributing anabolic steroids to his wrestlers to help them maintain their physiques. The scandal resulted in McMahon facing charges, and the case became a significant blemish on his career. However, McMahon was ultimately acquitted, and the controversy did little to slow down WWE's rise to the top. In addition to the steroid scandal, McMahon's personal and professional life has been the subject of gossip and rumors. There were also several public incidents, such as the infamous The Evolution of WWE, from WWF to WWE, Vince McMahon's transformation of his family's wrestling promotion from the World Wrestling Federation, WWF, to World Wrestling Entertainment, WWE, in 2002 marked a pivotal moment in the company's history. This change was more than just a rebranding effort. It reflected McMahon's broad vision to turn WWE into a multimedia entertainment empire. The name change was driven partly by a legal dispute with the World Wildlife Fund, which had trademarked the WWF acronym. However, it also represented McMahon's desire to move beyond wrestling and position WWE as a global entertainment juggernaut, with ventures extending into films, reality television, music, and more. This era also saw the rise of the PG era, with WWE shifting its content to appeal to a wider, family-friendly audience. Although the shift faced criticism from some fans, it played a key role in transforming WWE into a cultural institution. Vince McMahon's involvement in on-screen storylines. Vince McMahon's role as an on-screen character has been a significant part of his legacy. As the villainous Mr. McMahon, he became a central figure in some of WWE's most iconic storylines. His feud with Stone Cold Steve Austin, for example, is one of the most well-known in wrestling history, helping elevate WWE's Attitude Era in the late 1990s. McMahon's willingness to be a part of high-profile matches, including being involved in dangerous stunts and segments, earned him both admiration and criticism. His portrayal as a power-hungry, manipulative character blurred the lines between reality and fiction, making McMahon a staple of WWE programming. As the central antagonist, McMahon's on-screen persona often put him in direct conflict with WWE's biggest stars, adding an additional layer of drama and intrigue to storylines. The rise of the Attitude Era and Vince's strategic shifts. One of the most crucial turning points in WWE's history came in the late 1990s with the emergence of the Attitude Era. In response to declining ratings and the rise of WCW, Vince McMahon took bold steps to change the product. He introduced edgier content, more mature themes, and groundbreaking characters like Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and Triple H, each representing different facets of rebellion and charisma. McMahon's leadership during this time cemented WWE's dominance over its competition, leading to the infamous Monday Night Wars between WWE and WCW. His willingness to push boundaries and take risks revitalized the business, making wrestling a mainstream phenomenon that attracted not only longtime fans, but also a new generation of viewers. The Attitude Era is often credited with saving WWE from the brink of collapse, and McMahon's role in orchestrating this transformation has been key to his success. McMahon in the business of professional wrestling. Vince McMahon's influence on the business side of professional wrestling is as impressive as his contributions to the product itself. As the mastermind behind WWE's transition from a regional promotion to a global brand, McMahon understood the importance of television deals, merchandising, and licensing. He revolutionized the way wrestling was marketed, turning WWE from a niche product into a global entertainment powerhouse. McMahon's negotiation skills led to lucrative deals with major networks, including partnerships with NBC and USA Network, making WWE programming a fixture on television. McMahon also expanded WWE's reach through pay-per-view events like WrestleMania, which became a spectacle watched by millions worldwide. His ability to diversify the company's revenue streams through music, movies, and video games, combined with his keen sense of business strategy, solidified his place as a pioneer in the entertainment industry. Vince McMahon's personal controversies and public scandals. Throughout Vince McMahon's career, several personal controversies and public scandals have tainted his reputation, often serving as fuel for critics. One of the most infamous of these was the steroid scandal in the 1990s, where McMahon was accused of supplying performance-enhancing drugs to his wrestlers. This legal battle, which ended in McMahon's acquittal, was a significant moment in his career and raised questions about his methods of running WWE. Other scandals, including allegations of sexual harassment and his involvement in several on-screen incidents that pushed the boundaries of taste, also contributed to his polarizing public image. Despite these controversies, McMahon managed to maintain his position of power within the company, often using the media's attention to fuel WWE's storylines, blurring the line between real-life issues and entertainment. Vince McMahon and his impact on wrestlers' careers. Vince McMahon has played a pivotal role in shaping the careers of countless wrestlers. His ability to spot talent and elevate wrestlers to superstardom has defined his tenure at the helm of WWE. Stars like Hulk Hogan, Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, and John Cena owe much of their success to McMahon's vision. These wrestlers became household names, transcending the world of wrestling and making lasting impacts in other entertainment sectors. McMahon's creative input and personal mentorship helped turn many of WWE's stars into larger-than-life figures. His business strategies, including merchandising, media appearances, and film roles, helped create a comprehensive brand for each of his top performers. While McMahon's decision-making could be controversial at times, his ability to build and sustain superstar legacies remains unmatched in the wrestling industry. Vince McMahon's political aspirations. In addition to his business ventures, Vince McMahon has also made several forays into the world of politics. In 2010, he considered running for public office, particularly in the state of Connecticut, where WWE is based. His wife, Linda McMahon, eventually ran for the U.S. Senate twice, in 2010 and 2012, although she was unsuccessful in both campaigns. McMahon's political aspirations, while never fully realized, showed his desire to extend his influence beyond entertainment and into public life. His involvement in political campaigns, including his support for his wife's Senate runs, showcased his ability to blend his business acumen with his personal ambitions. McMahon's political forays also highlighted the significant political influence that WWE has developed under his leadership, including hosting major events like WrestleMania in cities with strong political and economic importance. The McMahon family, legacy and continuity. The McMahon family has been the driving force behind WWE's success for decades. Vince McMahon's wife, Linda, served as the CEO of WWE for several years and was instrumental in the company's transition into a publicly traded entity. Their children, Stephanie McMahon and Shane McMahon, both have active roles in the company, ensuring that the family's legacy remains intact. Stephanie has taken on a significant leadership role, often appearing in WWE storylines and handling major creative aspects of the company. Shane McMahon has also had a hand in WWE's operations, including executive roles and periodic on-screen appearances. The family's commitment to the company ensures that the McMahon legacy will continue to shape WWE for years to come. As WWE transitions into the future, the McMahon family's influence will remain integral to its identity and direction. Vince McMahon's business partnerships and expanding WWE's reach. Vince McMahon's success is not just due to his leadership within WWE. His ability to form strategic business partnerships has been instrumental in the company's growth. McMahon recognized early on the importance of aligning WWE with major media companies and sports organizations. He forged partnerships with networks like NBC, USA Network, and Fox, allowing WWE to expand its reach across multiple platforms. WWE's entry into the global market, with events in places like Saudi Arabia, the UK, and Japan, helped cement its international presence. Additionally, McMahon's push for WWE's integration into mainstream media, through appearances on talk shows and partnerships with celebrities, broadened the company's appeal. These efforts made WWE not only a leader in sports entertainment, but also a global brand with vast business ventures. The future of WWE, challenges and opportunities. As Vince McMahon steps away from day-to-day operations in WWE, the company faces both significant challenges and exciting opportunities. The rise of digital platforms like YouTube and streaming services has created new ways for WWE to reach its audience, yet also increased competition from newer entertainment forms. WWE's transition to a more family-friendly, PG-oriented product has also alienated some longtime fans. However, WWE's continued success in launching new talent, expanding its global footprint, and embracing social media allows the company to remain competitive in an ever-changing entertainment landscape. As WWE evolves, the legacy of Vince McMahon continues to play a crucial role in shaping its future direction.